Bri, last time we talked to you, now you are an influencer, you're a model, you are a golf influencer, you've done all these things. If you're not following Bri on social media, you need to be doing that. Killing it. But the last time she was on the show was in the middle of the Bud Light debacle.
Yeah.
And you took some bullets to the Bud Light cans and all of that. Got a little blowback from all that. Of course, everybody did when they did
I got a lot of I've pretty much been blacklisted from Hollywood since all that.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but I don't care. I mean, God has me in the place He wants me to be in. I'm obviously live in Florida now. That part of my life is somewhat done with, and I'm very thankful for social media and opportunities that have arisen since all of that. But I mean, I haven't booked a job in LA since May.
All because
that's
of that.
interesting because I've seen a lot of people blacklist California, so it may not be you so much as I've seen the fanfare. I feel like has faded a lot these last few years when it comes to California being the central of. It's just not the case anymore.
Well, I think, Brandon, and you could probably confirm this, aren't the writers in Hollywood still on strike?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know these things.
They're still out there, still on strike, and no one cares.
Nobody cares. Not something I pay attention to.
No, I mean, I don't care. Honestly, I dread having to go to LA for anything. So I see it as a blessing. You know, I mean, I have so many other opportunities now, which also I'm making more money with other things. So, I mean, I'm not complaining, and then I don't have to go to evil Los Angeles. So.
And it's a
God
cesspool.
is good,
The cesspool. I was just out in San Diego, and I was like, And San Diego, California, so many of those places, those cities used to be so beautiful, and now it's just like a place filled with homelessness and just poverty and just
fecal
dirty
map
and fecal maps and ugh.
So I do go back and forth to Northern California, not San Francisco. My family and that's where we were from, and I love it out there, up near Lake Tahoe, and it's honestly my favorite place. Will always be home for me.
Yeah.
But Southern California, I'm not a fan of.
Yeah.
And I know people love, Orange County's nice and stuff, but Los Angeles, no.
And some of the people there are great.
Yeah, of course.
There's great people there.
There are
great
some
people.
Yesterday on the show, I was talking about, hey, we could Bud Light California. It's the biggest economy in the country. People are like, hey, we're still here fighting the good fight. And I was like, well, the good fight's over.
Yeah, I mean,
it's kind of the bureaucracy has won.
The majority of the Fortune 500 companies from California, they have all left.
Yep, they're gone.
It's insane. I mean, my sister and I, we were just talking about this. So she lives in the Bay Area, and San Francisco used to be a great city, and obviously now it's
gorgeous.
not. And I would not allow her and her boyfriend to even go out there. I'm just like, please, it's not safe for you guys. But even what they're doing with gun laws, I'm like, can I even talk about this? But my dad, for example, I mean, he's had his concealed carry in California, like majority of my family members, and they're not even able to carry in majority of places now. So, I mean, what Gavin Newsom has done to our state is just horrible. And then obviously, the mayors and everything, but all the good people have pretty much left California or they're going to be leaving. Yeah.
Well, the point that I was making yesterday on the show is these states like New York and Illinois and even Washington and Oregon in a lot of ways, and California, I'm afraid they're going to eventually make it where you can't leave. Because, again, they're already violating people's constitutional rights. They're limiting and restricting travel. We saw that during the pandemic. They're doing more and more things that make it harder for people to travel. And it wouldn't surprise me at all. I mean, you saw this talking about guns. We saw that New Mexico governor who said, well, we're just going to suspend your ability to carry a firearm for 30 days. Well, you can't do that. And she said, well, it's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how you feel about it.
And it takes people rebelling against them. So obviously we saw a lot of young men, voicing their opinions and standing up for what's right. They obviously we have constitutional carry, and they were just like, nope, we're not doing this. And then we also have law enforcement. Hopefully they will continue to support these people, and they're not going to be arresting them for this.
Yeah.
But I don't know. They could, I guess, get them in the future.
When you took the stand over the Bud Light thing, and the world, it feels like the world's coming down on you. I know what it's like whenever the Twitter trolls come after you, and it lasts, for typically when they jump on you, all the bots and the crazies come after you for about 36 hours, and then it kind of dies down.
Yeah.
Yours went a little bit longer. It was a little bit more.
Yeah, and then there was a couple other. So after the Bud Light, then Target, I made a video about Target. And
so
I went on a couple
for punishment.
Yeah, I went on a couple podcasts. Well, I started just getting really furious, and I'm sure you probably can relate to this, when they are involving children and all of that. So what they were doing with Target, that obviously infuriated me, and I took a very public stand against that. So I got a lot of hate regarding that, and I think that's what Hollywood, when they're like, no, Bri, we're done with you. I'm pretty sure once I started bringing up a lot of the trans stuff and the grooming. But yeah, hate messages, I don't really care. I used to live stream on YouTube and Twitch, and I'm used to getting hate messages. So I'm like, whatever, bring it on.
So I was going to ask you, like, does it not hurt your feelings, but does it ever scare you when you start getting those kind of messages?
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, you know what? I have a great family. I feel very protected, and I'm sorry if some like basement hugger troll is gonna come at me. I know I'm a great person, and you know, I'm not gonna let them bother me.
Yeah. You know, you look at it and it's like, we know we live in a crazy world, and you never know what people are capable of or anything like that. But we were having a conversation, a friend of mine, and we were talking the other day. It's like, you know, the people who say they're going to come do something to you, they're not the ones to worry about. The crazy people don't tell you they're coming.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That they don't announce that. So, because I've dealt with that plenty, but I'm a
you just have to be cautious.
Grown man.
I mean, you know how it is too. As a woman, you always have to be cautious where you are, be aware of your surroundings. Yeah, I have more problems on the golf course than I did with any of the trans stuff. I'm like, I can't go to the golf course without being harassed by someone. So
that's true.
I had to call it cops the other day, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
What happened?
Whoa. It was just somebody who was a little too intense. He had followed me to my vehicle, and
Did he know who you were?
Yeah. So he was like a very diehard Instagram fan, I guess, but I think he might have been a little bit mentally ill, and it was just a bit scary. So,
and they think they know you.
Yeah.
And they're just from being on camera, it gets really personal, and then you bring in the mental illness.
Yeah.
And it's scary stuff.
And then it's like, okay, I realized, I put myself out there, so. But still, you just have to be.
You don't have to backpedal.
Yeah.
Don't backpedal. People, you still deserve to be and feel safe.
Yeah. So I'm very cautious about that.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah.
Natalie'd be in the airport and they'd be screaming, "Hot news, Natalie! Hot news, Natalie!"
I did get hot news, Natalie.
And you're like, "What's up? Follow me to my car."
You're right. I was like, I miss those days. What happened?
I know.
No, yeah, you get some really.
Yeah.
But 99% of the people are just so great. They just,
of course,
and then you get the one that
I love the people that follow me and support me. Obviously, I'm super appreciative of that. And just like a couple people, like, okay, please give me my space.
Yeah.
yeah.